Hello and welcome to the Spiritual View. Are you ready to find out what your twin flame is mirroring back to you and how these reflections can guide you towards a deeper understanding and growth? In today's reading, we'll explore the triggers, lessons, and guidance for moving forward, plus a special focus on what you can do to manifest your desires. I expect this to be a transformative reading with lots of aha moments strewn throughout, so stay tuned for the insights and see how they could change your journey. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Gen Tarot, and I'm one of the hosts of The Spiritual View. For those that are new here, The Spiritual View is a collective of 7 spiritually gifted women who use a range of modalities to bring messages and guidance for the collective. We bring you live discussions on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern, daily readings and teachings to inspire and support you on your spiritual path. If you're looking for guidance and connection, you're in the right place. Today, we'll be diving into a twin flame reading to discover what your twin is currently mirroring, how it's triggering you, the lessons that you're learning, and the guidance for your next step. We know that twin flames are profound mirrors for our inner selves, reflecting both our light and our shadow. In this connection, it's designed to show us what needs healing, growth, and attention within us, catalyzing our journey towards wholeness and ascension. By recognizing these reflections, we can embrace the lessons that they bring, transform our triggers into opportunities, and accelerate our personal and spiritual evolution. Embrace the mirrors as a powerful tool for self-discovery and conscious growth. For today's reading, I'll be using the Mermaid Tarot to pull the main spread from, and then we'll also be using the Wisdom of the Oracle to get the overall energy for the collective right now. And then I always close this out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle to see what you can do to bring your manifestations to life. Before we get started, let's take 3 deep breaths together, breathing in to the count of 4, holding it for 4, and then releasing it to the count of 6. And then we'll do the invocation and call on the spirit team, and then we'll be ready for the reading. So close your eyes and breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self, and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right, so we're going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle to get the overall energy for the collective. All right, so let's see. What is our overall energy right now? Oh, we have orphaned. And so this is feeling out of place, and it's really about finding where your true home is. And it's about really inspecting like where you're at. And I'm sure that like where you're at right now, when this card shows up, you do feel very out of place. You don't feel like you found your home yet. So let's go ahead and read the message that is connected to this. And it's a 5 card, in which 5 is about the energy of change. A sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We were all meant to have connections with each other, with people within our family, society, and a larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is that you need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way that you did before, and you need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss, or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So you are in the wrong place, but there's a relationship message with this too that I'm going to read. As you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel that you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. And so I just get like, do not force yourself to fit in somewhere where you are not meant to be. Really start seeing those signs of misalignment and understanding that it's showing you the message that this is not your home. This is not where you're meant to be. You have a place that, like, when you are in that place of your people, your true soul alignment, you don't feel like you have to over explain yourself, because these people do understand you and they get you. They know where your motives are coming from. And it's like you're not constantly being misunderstood. Because I feel like that part of what this card is just saying is that the people that we are connected with right now, they are committed to only seeing things through their own filter. They cannot see you. They don't even want to see you, but we keep trying to force them to see us, the way that we want to be seen. But they're trying to also show us something too. Like, one, they're showing us the misalignment. They're showing us that, this isn't exactly where we're meant to be. And so we've got to make sure that we're looking at this through the right lens and using it appropriately. All right, so the next part of the reading, we're going to go ahead and start pulling with the tarot. And so the first card that I'm pulling is going to be, what is the current mirror that your twin flame is reflecting to you? So the first card is the energy or the trait that your twin flame is currently reflecting that you need to be paying attention to. So what is your twin flame mirroring to you at this time? We have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is asking you to look at all of the effort that you have been putting into this point. Is it paying off? So after a bit of time, when you've set your intentions towards something and you're working towards it, you're putting your effort and energy in it, you should start seeing some results. And so I think this card is really asking you to look at the results of the efforts that you've been putting in. Are you getting what you expected to be getting out of that? Is it making sense for the effort that you put and the output that you're getting? So I think that this is asking you to really, and maybe that's the trigger. Okay, no, that's is you put in so much effort. You've just put in so much effort. And a lot of times, like, we feel like because we put in so much, it makes it that much harder to let it go when we realize that this is out of alignment. This isn't our home. This isn't where we need to be. And so we strive even harder to make it work, make it fit, because of all the effort that we put into it. The second card is how this reflection is impacting your perception and your emotions. So how are you feeling about this? We have the Five of Cups. There's a lot of grief, regret, disappointment, disillusionment. Life is not turning out the way that you thought it should. So again, you put in so much effort to this point, but yet what you're getting out is not reflecting back to you the thing that you actually wanted. And so you have a lot of grief about this because it's not turning out the way that you wanted this thing to go. All right, so the next section is the trigger. How this reflection is affecting you. So what emotions, memories, or fears does this reflection bring up in you? What is it triggering? We have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, it's really this battle between the mind and the heart. So your mind knows one thing logically, and I'm going to say the logical thing is that your mind knows that you don't fit in this situation. Your mind knows that this isn't where you're supposed to be. Your mind knows that you put in a lot of effort and you didn't get the payoff that you thought you were going to get. But your heart is still feeling very attached, very connected, and it doesn't want to let go. And so one of the things that I know that I've been experiencing just in the past few weeks is this phenomena of knowing what knowing what I should do, but not knowing what I need to do. So like it's like there's a bit of cognitive dissonance that I'm getting out of this right here. It's like there's one part that you kind of do know, because this card also says that you do know, you're just not trusting. There's one part of you that does know what you need to do, but yet you don't want to do it. You're still hoping that there's another option outside of the thing that you know you have to do. Okay, so the next card is, why is this particular mirror triggering for you at this moment? Why is it so triggering? The King of Swords, because you're trying to be logical about it. You are removing your heart from this equation. You're removing your emotions from this equation. And I think that that's probably part of the denial of like, no, it's not as bad as what it is. No, I'm not letting myself see how bad out of alignment this is, because I've put so much effort and energy into this. I kind of need this to turn out. That's the logical thing, is after you've spent so much time, it's supposed to have progression. It's supposed to move forward. And for whatever reason, it's not. And instead of accepting it for where it's at and what has produced from this, from your effort, you're still trying to make it be something that is probably never going to be. There's still just some disconnect with this. Okay. So the next part is, this is the lesson that we're learning from this triggering. So what does the universe want you to learn from all of this that's being reflected to you? What are you supposed to learn? We have the Four of Wands. It's about what you really want and where you really need to be. This card is also a card about home, where your actual home is, where your real alignment is, where you need to put your real commitments. That's the lesson. While you're looking at everything that you like, kind of looking at this card right here of the Five of Cups, when you're looking at what actually did manifest and how very different it is from the life that you actually wanted, use that to help make your decisions. When it feels so difficult to make any decision at all, use that information. This right here, this was giving you information. You knew exactly the type of life you wanted. You knew what you were trying to manifest. You knew what you intended. What you're getting is not what you were intending. It's what you're not getting what you're wanting out of this. You're not getting what you intended out of this. It's time to really inspect this right here and look at it just very clearly. This is what I had hoped it would be. This was the potential I saw from it, but this is the reality of where it is right now. And so it's not lined up with what my ultimate dream is. It's not where I actually want to be. It's not my true 1111, that is, that ultimate connection. This is my home place. You haven't quite found it yet. If you're still sitting in this energy right here, that's your clue. This is your clue that you're not in the correct place. Okay. How can integrating this lesson help you grow on your spiritual path? How will integrating this lesson? So the Queen of Pentacles, this is about self-care. It's taking care of you, because I think to this point, in order for you to stay committed to a place that you know is out of alignment for you, where you are the piece that doesn't belong there, you had to deny yourself. You had to not take care of yourself. So what you get out of this is that you're going to build a very beautiful life that you absolutely love. You're going to do it all by yourself. But there's generosity in this, but it's really pouring back into you. This card has just so much self-care in it, just nurturing back into yourself. Okay, the next part is the guidance. So what practical steps or mindset shifts can help you cope with these triggers? The Three of Swords. So there may be difficult conversations that need to be had. You need to rip off the Band-Aid. You need to accept the heartbreak. You need to accept the heartbreak. So with the Three of Swords, this is a heartbreak that can still be mended. You're not where you want to be. You're not even where you need to be. And the only way to start getting you out of that space so that you can start getting where you're supposed to be is you've got to face this part right here. I think that's the part you've been really like pushing off and not wanting to like feel, is the heartbreak that you're going to be feeling when you do make this decision to move forward for yourself. When you decide, I'm going to cut my losses, because it was a loss. It didn't actually turn out to be what I thought it was going to be at all. And so there is heartbreak that comes with that. And that's part of the guidance. That's part of our best move to get us moving again on our own paths of ascension and just our happiness, just getting us back to a place of happiness. We have to face this. The next piece is the spiritual or emotional support that can assist you during this time. So we have the Five of Wands. And so face the conflict. Don't just keep putting your head in the sand. It's time to get into alignment. You will not get into alignment if you don't have the conversations. If you don't actually face it, if you just keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. So we have to have these conversations, even when they're uncomfortable. And the good part about this card right here is, like the Five of Wands, nobody has bad intentions in this. They're miscommunicating. They're not seeing things eye to eye. They're just not quite aligned yet. So now it's the time to really face these challenges. Stop sweeping the things under the rugs. Face the heartbreak and the conflict head on, because that is your way out of this. That's your way. The way out of it is through. It's through the stuff that you've been just really, really not wanting to see. Okay, so the potential outcome at this time, the potential growth or healing that can come from acknowledging and working through this mirror. We have the Empress. Like, this is you really being in that divine feminine energy of just really knowing your worth. We're not forcing this other situation to be what it is not. We're going to just sit in our own power, know our own worth, what we actually deserve, and we're going to hold space for that. We're going to actually make space for that too. And we're not going to keep trying to force something else that is not working to be something that we want it to be. Okay? The possible next phase in your twin flame journey after this lesson is integrated is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is someone who is very confident and bold and takes bold action. And so this could be a symbolic of someone who's coming in, representative of someone that's coming in to fill that space, a King of Wands energy. Or it could be just what it does for you. It emboldens you to know, like, that you are in control of your future, that you are in control of how you're going to be treated in this life. And so when people are mistreating you, when you're in not the right place, you're making the right decisions. You're taking the bold action to remove yourself. You're facing things that you really didn't want to face with the conflict and the heartbreak. You're not letting those things hold you back any longer. I feel like this is more the energy that you turn into more than somebody else. All right. So that was a lot. And it looks like the guidance that I'm really feeling from it is that we are in misaligned connections, and it's time to acknowledge that and to see that for what it is. The mirror that they're showing to you is just that they are not actually in alignment with you, and it's 11:11 on the clock. So this is why I talk so much about not getting so focused on this external person to be your twin flame, because we put so much into that, like that we will, it's that effort. It's coming back to the effort that that we put in, and that we overextend, and we just give and give until the point that this is the energy that we sit in constantly, and then just don't do anything about it because we don't want to feel this. But this is a temporary feeling. We're already feeling this, which to me, this is so much worse than this. This can't even start healing until we have looked at this and really seen it for what it is. All right, so that's quite some hard messages, though. That's some hard guidance that was given about really fully releasing those things, those people, those connections that are not actually meant for us, and to be able to see that they're not actually meant for us by the alignment. All right, so I'm going to close this out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can we do to help bring our manifestations in? And I would say at this moment, we're manifesting in that equal partnership. We want the divine connection. We want the high-level spiritual soulmate. So what can we do to get there? Okay. Learn to say no. Okay. Saying no is an act of love. When we say a healthy no to an abusive situation, whether this is in response to another person or to ourselves, we're setting limits and establishing healthy boundaries. A healthy no is saying yes to life. Give yourself permission to say no. Give yourself permission to know when something is not meant for you. Give yourself permission to let certain things go, even if it hurts, even if it's something that you put a lot of effort into, even if it's something that, it does mean something to you dearly. If it's not meant for you, if it's abusive in any kind of way, if it's just taking you off path, learn to say no. And so I just kind of keep going back to this phrase that I've seen a lot just in the past few months, is figure out the type of life you want and then say no to anything that is not that. So learn to say no to anything that is not showing up the way that you want it to be showing up for you, because that's the only way that you're going to actually get into the type of connection that you are actually wanting. We're not so concerned about who that extra person is, that outside person is that's showing up for us, because we're looking at how are they showing up for us. We're measuring it by that, not just by the who. I know that the who is what we're attached to, but that attachment is what is keeping us stuck in places that we're not meant to be anymore. That attachment is on us, because if they were truly attached to us too, they would be stepping up and they would be wanting to improve the situation. They would be wanting to find ways that we can I'm missing the word here, compromise. But I feel like that the people I'm talking to with this, you aren't dealing with people who are willing to compromise. It's their way or no way. And you don't get to win here. That's what I get, is that you don't get to win in this situation. You either have to accept it the way it is, and it is not acceptable for you, or you just don't get it at all. And so that's where you're taking your power back, and you're learning how to say no to the things that they're not the life you want, and they're not getting you any closer to the life that you want. All right, so I'm going to close it out there. Let's see. I hope this reading has provided you with clarity and enlightening aha moments. Reflect on what resonated the most and think about how you can integrate these lessons and guidance into your journey. If you'd like a more personalized reading or further guidance, we provide private readings, all of the team members, and that information is down in the description box below. And if today's video has resonated, please give it a like, a share, or subscribe, and stay connected to the channel. Your support means the world to us. Thank you again for joining me. Remember, twin flames are meant to be mirrors that help us deepen our healing and support our ascension journey. You are powerful, capable, and exactly where you need to be. And you don't need that other person, their approval, or anything to get the life that you really want for yourself. So until next time, stay awakened, stay inspired, stay in love, and just keep going forward. I'll see you later.